For this one, we're gonna keep heating and keep it not burn. And we show on this side, it's all the big material. All this pipe, all this tank is for the future use. Should be very careful working here. It's all the raw material. Yeah, it's our staff working here. Yeah, it might not be used for our starch team. But like I said, we have 4 teams right here. So the company, every day the company makes the material and make the equipment for our 4 teams. Actually, we have 13 national patents already. And our company is provincial high-tech company. And it's also named by the Outstanding Product Enterprise in Henan. So we're not for our products quality, it's not only acknowledged by our customers, it's also acknowledged by the government. We're a government support company. Okay, on that side is our warehouse. Yeah, it's our warehouse. As you can see, it's a very big warehouse right here. And the next step, Wendy gonna show you guys the detail of the starch machine.
Hello everyone, this is Wendy, and you have now about our company and the factory already. And next, I will introduce our starch processing machines for you. And you can see here is our warehouse, and there are some machines packaged already. We will ship them to some other countries. And here is the electrical panel. It is usually used in starch processing lines. Okay, so firstly, we can see a picture. This picture shows the complete processing line of cassava starch project. And in this line, we can see we will divide the starch project processing line from washing part and processing part and the drying part. And in this line, we will use machines like we will use the dry sieve and paddle washing machine in washing part. And we will use the cutting machine, centrifuge sieve machine, and the dehydrocyclone, and the vacuum filter in the processing part. And last, we will use the flash dryer in the drying part. This is the whole line of cassava starch project. And cassava starch can use in many yields. Maybe it can use for food, it can use for industrial. So the quality and index are different according to which yield you want to use. We have various configurations of machine, so that if you want to know more, we can see the machines from here. And these are the machines in our factory. And this machine is pillar machine for garri project. Okay, so firstly, we can see here we will push cassava into this feeding hopper, and it has a vibration discharge device at the bottom of the machine. It can deliver cassava into the belt conveyor homogeneous, and we can see some belt conveyor in our factory. This is a belt conveyor, and we designed this belt conveyor especially. Firstly, here you can see 1, 2, 3. You can see the belt. We designed it with 3-stage drag roller. It can make the machine stable when it works.
Yeah, let's have a look on this.
Yeah, we can look something about the machine. And later we will go to the first part, washing part. And in this part, we will use the first machine is dry sieve. You can see the machines here. It's so big and so long, yes. And these machines works works under the effects of friction. Under the effects of friction, it's mainly used for removing the impurities like the sands, the leaves, and so on. And when the machine works, it's going to spiral forward, and it can push cassava moving forward. In this process, the sand, the impurities will fall from the gap. You can see there are so many rivers inside the machine. And also, we can have a special design. We can have a special design in this machine because cassava can growing in different environments. Maybe your cassava is from dirty earth, so that we can configure a spray water pipe is on the machine, so that it can remove the purity and the washing. Then you can get a good effect of the cleaning. And later we need to wash cassava completely. So you can see the machine, paddle washing machine. We use it for completely washing. This machine adapted to the counter-current washing principle. We will add water in the machines, and the cassava and the water will move forward with the opposite direction, so that it can get an effect of washing. And you can see the inside. We have these special designs. There are some nets under the machine, so that the sand can sink in it, and the grooves of stone can collect the heavy impurities like stones. All these designs can get a good effect of washing. Okay, let's go to the next part. After the two sections of washing, we can go to the next part, which is the processing part. And in this part, we firstly, cassava are with good big tubers and more fibers, so we need to crush them completely. So firstly, we use a machine named the cutting machine. Cutting machine, you can see the machine here. It can cut a cassava into 3 to 5 cm pieces. And you can see the blades, so many blades inside the machine. We use food material for the blade and stainless steel, so that it's so safety for the cassava starch processing. And you can see the shape of the blade. The shape of the blade, we designed it as a diamond, so it can with long service life and more durable. Okay, cutting machine, we can say it as a pre-crushing. And next we need to crush cassava completely. And here we use a machine named rasper. This is a rasper, and you can see the machine. Here we can see the machine inside. There is a drum. There is a drum inside the machine, and so many blades. Yeah, so many blades on the drum. And when the machine works, the drum will rotate with high speed. So the blades will be thrown out to crush cassava pieces. This machine can change the bonded starch into free starch, and its crush rate is about 98%. So it's a good machine for crushing cassava completely. And after the two sections of crushing, we can get cassava slurry, and we will put the cassava slurry in a pool. There are many fibers in the cassava slurry, so we need to separate the fibers. Here we use a machine named centrifuge sieve. This is the centrifuge sieve, and this is the feeding. We will the cassava slurry through the screw pump into this, and here is the feeding for aiding water. And you can see the centrifuge sieve inside. Here is a sieve basket, and when the machine works, the sieve basket will rotate with high speed so that it can produce the centrifugal force and gravity, so that it can get the effect of separating fibers, so that the fibers will go out from this exit. The fibers will go out from this exit, and the starch slurry will go out from that exit. And in the starch processing line, we will have 4 stages. We will have 4 stages of centrifuge sieve. We will have 4 stages in the processing line.
Like this.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yes. And the cassava slurry into the first stage for separating fibers. If the cassava slurry can reach to the food standard, of the project, it can go out to the next step. And otherwise, the cassava slurry without reach to the standard, it needs to go to the next stage of centrifuge sieve for separating again. So after the 4 or 5 stages, the fibers will go out for dewatering. Also, in this process, we will add the water from the last stage, and the cassava slurry, fiber, and water can moving forward in opposite direction. This also can get a good effect of separating. Okay, next we will go to the next step. The next step is to isolate the protein cell sap and the protein and the components. Here we use the machine named dihydrocyclone. It also under the effect of the centrifugal force and the gravity. When the machine works, there are so many small square tubes inside the machine. So when the machine works, the material will rotate inside the machine, and the heavy material will go down. The heavy material will go down, and the light component will be discharged from the top exit. And usually in the cassava starch processing line, we will design this machine with 18 stages. It's the best choice for cassava starch processing. Also, in other starch processing like sweet potato or potato starch, you can configure 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 stages. It's good. After this process, we will go to the next part for dewatering starch. And here we use the machine named vacuum filter. This is a vacuum filter. And here is a big drum. You can see here is a big drum. And here is a net on the drum. It works under the effect of vacuum pump. It can be pumped into negative pressure, so that there is a pressure difference between the inside and the outside. So when the machine works, it will rotate so that the cassava starch can adsorb on the surface of the net. When the starch can get to 7 or 8 cm, here is a scraper. Here is a scraper for scraping the starch. And you can see the machine. Here is the vacuum pump. And we will go to the last part. The last part is drying. It's drying. Here we use the machine, flash dryer. And you can see the flash dryer machines here. For this drying system, we have some special designs. Firstly is the principle. We use negative pressure drying. And this means the pressure inside the tube is smaller than outside, so that it can prevent the starch from going out. And next is we can see the drawing. We can see the drawing. The next special design is a tube. It's a drying tube. We design it with a thin tube and a thick tube. When the starch from the thin tube to the thick tube, it can increase the time of drying, so that we can get a good effect of drying. And if you want to get a best drying purpose, we can configure two stages of drying system. And next, after drying starch, we can get the good quality of starch, like this in my hand. You can see the starch, it with good quality and beautiful color. After this, we can save starch and use this automatic machine to package starch. This machine can package starch with 25 kg a bag or 50 kg a bag. And all these are our cassava starch processing line. And our company we can design the cassava starch processing machine because we have our own engineers. We not only the technical engineers but also the electricity engineers, so that we can design some professional drawings for you, like the ground plot and electricity drawing and the layout and the pipe drawing, so that we can do many professional drawings for your projects. Also, because we have engineers, so that you don't need to worry about the installation, we can send an engineer to your country to help you for the installation. And if you have any problems in the future, we can help you with the remote guidance. Yes, our workers are manufacturing machines. And you can see the starch machines again. We have done so many projects in many countries, like Indonesia in Southeast Asia and Nigeria in Africa and Guizhou in China, so many. So we have many experience on these fields. If you have any problems, you can ask our engineers, our company. And today we introduce our cassava starch processing machines for you. Hope this introduction can help you with your starch business. Okay, so today is our live show for cassava starch processing machines introduction.
Yes, that's correct. We still have some tab left. Let's go to that side. We have a look our factory again. Yeah, today we still have some time left. Let's go have a look our factory for some details. It's a very big factory right here. As you can see, the outside right there. We're a professional company. As you can see, for potential accident, we have lost cars right here. For police, for firemen, if any potential accident happens, they can react very quickly. And if we go inside, we can see some detail about our production right here. They're making right now. So I can show you guys some detail. Let's move. Yes, so our second door of the factory. You know, our factory is 20,000 square meter. So it's a very big one. As you can see right here. I want to show you guys some detail about the washing machine right there. Peeling machine. You know, like for beside the starch, we also do some garri production line. So for the garri, the essential part is the peeling off. So for our peeling machine, we have lots of advantages compared to other companies. Let's have a look inside. For our peeling machine, it's all used by stainless steel material, so it's very durable. And for the inter scroll, it can scroll very slowly, and the speed can control too. So if your cassava is not cleaning, put inside, you can put the speed slowly and can cleaning deeply. So for the sand roller, for our advantages for the sand roller, it's more interesting. So not compared to others, we use the sandpaper on the outside of the steel. So as you can see, maybe if you can touch, you can find the sandpaper is very hard. So between the friction and use the friction between the cassava and the sand roller, the peeling will be very deeply. And the same thing, the sand roller is the same things. So the speed can control too. If your cassava is not cleaning, you can slowly the speed too. And sometimes, if you have some stills on the cassava, you can use water spray on the side. So when the cassava moves in, the water spray will go on the cassava and do a deep cleaning. This is the engine part. As you can see, we always use the best material on this. So for this one, it's very heavy. And let's go straight to look at other equipment. Yeah, usually we have these all equipment for other teams. Let's move deeply, right there. So for all these machines right here, as you can see, it's very big tank. It's not for our department. It's for other department like the oil change or something like that. So yeah, today we're gonna show the brief configuration about our factory.
Today is our live show. Nice to meet you next time.
Yeah,
See you next